taught new here in Philadelphia that he's not very, familiar with doing. But I think Troy Vincent has to come up and make plays. He was brought here to be an impact player. Thus far, he has not been.
Troy Vincent being watched by Emmett Thomas, Chuck Knox, and then the big tape studies will begin tomorrow. Steve Avery, the single back behind Stewart. The give is to Avery on the third down call. He is just nailed, and the Eagles are not going to let him get the first down there. Troy Vincent is the guy we've been focusing on. He's one of our storylines. Is Joe Kelly with the big stop. How'd he do here, Ron?
Well, you'll see him in this stance, and he's able to get to the line and jam because he has help behind him. The safety came behind, so he's going to get up there and play more physical. He had Bubba McDowell backing him up so he can stay in the guy's face. His problem has been when he doesn't have safety help, he's playing too soft.
They're going to bring out the chains and look for the measurement. Once again, we have just over 6 minutes to go in the last preseason game. Steelers trailing by 7, but they're driving. It's going to be a couple of yards short. It's probably about a yard short. And the Steelers do what here?
Go for it. The last thing, Tolly, either of these teams will want, in particular Bill Cowher, they got to get on a plane real soon, is overtime.
Well, then just kick the field goal and let the Eagles go home 2016. But, okay, they're going to go for it. 4th down and 1. Bill Cowher talking to his coaches, the animated head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I love Bill Cowher. He's a teammate of mine, and boy, I mean,
he's a good guy.
Intensity is his name.
4th and 1, Stewart up and over, and he has the first down. So the Steelers, under 6 minutes to go, get another series of down. And Bill Cowher was a beloved special teams player here, and he's just like Ray Rhodes, a football guy, Ronnie.
Yeah, the guys love to play for him. As you see Cordell Stewart diving over the top for the first down. Bill Cowher is just one of those guys that you love being around. He exudes confidence in himself and his team. He's one of those guys that is playing to win. He doesn't take the easy way out. I mean, guys just get motivated by him.
First down and 10, Pittsburgh Steelers. 5 minutes and a half to go in the game. They're operating from the Eagles' 26-yard line. Stewart back to pass. Nice catch to his tight end, John Farquhar, the guy he had missed earlier. That time a good hookup.
Well, we talked about the ball being thrown in the right spot away from the defender, and that's exactly what Cordell Stewart does, getting the ball to his tight end, Farquhar. And what a quarterback has to do, you'll see Farquhar coming right out here and hooking up in this area here. And the location is away from the linebacker. He's jammed, he's bumped, he works away from him. The ball is down and away before this guy can get in. Completion.
2nd down and 4 from the Eagles' 20. Stewart give to the second man back, McAfee. Not much on that play. Going to bring up a 3rd down as we wind down to 4 minutes and a half to go. You know, we had storylines. We're going to do a report card before the game is done. But offensive line, let's just tip our hands. The Eagles, a lot of questions, some injuries tonight. How did the offensive line, the most scrutinized part of this team a week ago, do?
Well, I think tonight they have played very well, including number 72, Joe Panos, who had some just dynamic blocks tonight. I think overall they have struggled through the preseason, injury-wise, the Steve Wallace situation, and that's why I respect Ray Rhodes. Steve Wallace was brought in to save the team. He didn't get it done. Ray cut his losses real quick.
You got him, Ron. Cordell Stewart on 3rd down. Back to pass, under pressure. Ball is tipped up in the air. Ray Farmer, the rookie from Duke, and they say the fundamentals win in the NFL. You come in and rush a passer, keep the hands up.
We'll take a look at Ray Farmer coming up the middle. The Eagles do come with the blitz, something they've gotten away from this second half. Here it's effective. Ray Farmer fights off the block, gets up in Cordell Stewart's face, bats the ball away to bring up a critical 4th down in this ball game.
4th down with 3:57 to go in the ball game as we take a look at the young man out of Duke University. Could be a starter before the end of the season. The same thing they're saying about Brian Dawkins, another ACC player at safety, as we look at Joe Vitt, South Jersey's own, the linebackers coach for this team.
Highland High School.
Penalty flag on the play, penalty flag, no play. You talk about Joe Vitt. You are so impressed as we look at the delay penalty call with the Eagles' assistants and the job Ray does of letting them really do some teaching as well as coaching.
You know, Ray Rhodes was the NFL Coach of the Year last year, and Ray will be the first to tell you that his assistant coaching staff is outstanding. He brought in a lot of young guys from the college ranks that are teachers. And it's critical in today's pro game that you have teachers, not a bunch of guys that want to be design geniuses. You know, you still have young players that need to be coached. This assistant staff is one of the best in football.
Dick Jamieson, John Gruden, part of that staff on the offensive side of things. 4th down and 8 now for the Steelers. Stewart back to pass under a heavy rush over the middle, cannot be held onto, and the Philadelphia Eagles will take over on downs as Corey Holiday couldn't hold it for Billy Cowher's Steelers. Number 25 of the Eagles, Darrell Boykin, one of the backup safeties with nice defense, and the Eagles take over on.
You know, we talked about this only a few minutes ago. When the Eagles got after the quarterback, they made things happen. Here they come again. They blitz from the middle. They blitz from the outside. Boykin on the outside with the pressure on the quarterback. When they got in that passive mode, the Steelers moved the ball. When the Eagles got aggressive, they stopped them.
Coming up right after our broadcast, the Fox 10 o'clock news. For all the day's news, weather and sports, watch the Fox 10 o'clock news. Honored this year by the Pennsylvania AP. For best newscast and overall excellence, the Fox 10 o'clock news tonight, right after the Eagles game. 1st and 10 for the Eagles, operating from their own 24-yard line. The give is inside to Kevin Bowie, and the Eagles now are going to start winding this thing down towards the 2-minute warning. 3:45 to go right now.
You know, Tolly, I think this is a critical drive for the Eagles. You may say, what, are you crazy, Ron? There's only a few minutes left and the ball games are up by 6. They're going to be in this situation many times this year. A 6-point lead with only a couple minutes left. This is where the running game is critical. This is where you have to grind out first downs, and everyone in the whole stadium and on that field knows you're going to run the football. This is where the offensive line has to be at their best.
Bobby Hoying brings them up 2nd down and 5, operating from his own 30-yard line. Give again is to Bowie, off the left side, running room and a 1st down, but here comes a flag from way downfield, so we're going to have to wait on the 1st down call there. And of course, Fred McCrary as well as Kevin Bowie, guys who are on the bubble, really fighting here because Derek Witherspoon had an excellent night.
No question about that. And again, we talk about numbers. How many running backs will they keep? How many wide receivers will they keep? Sometimes you give up one of those in a position because the guy's a good special teams player.
Well, here's a rare unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know officiating so well. What could that possibly be for?
Probably someone got punched in the face.
Well, that simplifies it. And in fact, Johnny Greer's coming over to talk to Bill Cowher about it. And Bill Cowher is just absolutely teed off. He's talking to Jeff Bergman, the line judge. And Bill Cowher does not know how to not be intense.
On the Pittsburgh bench. First down.
Kyle, isn't it wonderful? It's 20-13. There's 3 minutes left in the 4th preseason game, and Bill Cowher's he's getting everybody's face over there now.
This is great.
You think this guy doesn't want to win? And I'll play for him.
You got to love Bill Cowher. Unlike baseball, they can't kick him out of here, so he can do this for the next 3 minutes and 8 seconds of clock time. If you don't love Bill Cowher, you don't love football.
Welcome home, Bill. Welcome home.
All right, with the penalty, the Eagles have moved into Steelers territory. They'll take over 1st and 10 on the 49. Still 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go here. Steelers do have timeouts left, so this one is not yet over. Give us to Kevin Bowie one more time off the left side. Big pickup down to the 42-yard line. Melvin Johnson on the stop, but the backup offensive line doing what you said they had to here, control the clock as the officiating continues to get, well, you might say, panned.
You know, I see my NFL films guys right behind me. I can't wait to go in on Tuesday and hear what Bill has to say.
How about Jermaine Mayberry again doing a nice job, Ron?
Well, Jermaine Mayberry is going to have to come up big as this season progresses. Oh, this is beautiful right here. Stick and stay. Jason Dunn comes down, and boy, when you can stay on your block like that, your back will make some yards.
2nd and 3 for the Steelers 42. Bobby Hoying with McCrary and Bowie behind him. Give us to Bowie out of the eye. Not going to get the 1st down, so it'll bring up a 3rd down play. And we're going to wind down towards the 2-minute warning, and now we're going to have a little bit of pushing and shoving as the tempers that have flared with Bill Cowher, the head coach, extend over onto the field. Bill has calmed down momentarily. That's the only way he ever will calm down during the game. All right, we're going to be back with the final 2 minutes of the last preseason game. Eagles up by 7 right after this Fox timeout. We're back with our report cards. Let's do the ones we disagree on. I thought Ty Detmer and then Bobby Hoying mopping up here is an A. You say a B.
Well, I'm looking at the whole preseason report card. I give the quarterbacks a B.
Receivers, you give an A. I still think they have some problems because even though Christy Jones and Irving Fryer were huge, not a lot I saw from Mark Say.
She's 1 guy out of 3. I thought Jones, Fryer, fantastic. They should be at an A+. I'm being nasty. I'm only giving them an A.
All right, we'll get to the defense in a moment. Right now, the Eagles are taking over with 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 2 from the Steelers, 41. Give us to Kevin Bowie. Ball is on the ground. Steelers have it. Number 21 for Pittsburgh, Dion Figures with the recovery. And so the Pittsburgh Steelers will get a shot to go against the Eagles defense if the referees agree here. But how's that defense done, Ronnie Jaworski?
I thought the defense has played very solid throughout the entire preseason.
We're going to take a look at our report card, and there we go. I said the defensive line a B. You like them an A.
You're having too much coffee.
No, tea. Hot tea tonight for my voice.
That's right.
Special teams, I give a B. I think Tommy Hutton, with the kickoffs getting down to the goal line, did a better job. And I thought the punt and kick coverage was better.
I think overall the special teams are much improved over last season. But overall, I still think they have a ways to go. I give them a C.
2 minutes. The fumbling player did not recover. By rule, we'll move it back to the spot of the fumble. 4th down.
So Bill Cowher is not as ticked off as he was previously, but he is going to be a little bit angry with the officials no matter what.
Yeah, but Ray Rhodes is going to be ticked off. You cannot fumble the ball in this situation. All 11 guys, the Steelers, are grabbing, reaching, pulling, tugging, whatever it takes to try to rip the ball out. You cannot fumble the football, period. Case closed.
Kevin Bowie fighting for a spot on the job is the man who fumbled it. Ray Rhodes upset, took his headset off, and Danny Smith upset next to him, the special teams coach, chewing some of those 150 pieces of gum. Tommy Hutton punting to Jaheen Arnold. Minute 34 and counting in this ball game. And they take the delay of game. Clock management very, very important. Bobby Hoying do a good job of taking it down on the clock when he was in there here in the last couple of minutes.
It was manageable. I don't think it was anything spectacular. I mean, you know, he handed the ball off. He didn't create that fumble. But in a situation like that, you get the first down, you know, we're out of here.
Was your philosophy when you were in the league to get it down to 2, 3? What was your cutoff on the second spot?
1. Really? Yeah. I mean, you burn every second. When you have the lead, you're looking at that clock. It's right in your face. Take it down to 1 and do that Hut.
Minute 25 to go after the penalty stops the clock. Hutton standing just inside his own 40. Gets it away. It's going to go into the end zone, so the Steelers will take over at their own 20 with a minute 18 to go. Here's Carl Turkin.
Well, you guys are very tough in your marking here. We're going to try and put in a little bit of perspective. It is, in fact, a preseason game here tonight. The Eagles are fortunate to get out of here with the win, if, in fact, they do. There was some continuity, some momentum early, but that's my perspective. Now let's talk to Dave Spadaro, who will be joining us at Eagles Game Day Live this year. Pluses and minuses tonight and through the preseason.
Well, you know, Ty Detmer had to have a big game tonight. A lot of people in the organization didn't like what he was doing in the preseason, and he looked great. I liked what John Gruden did. I mean, I thought, as much as the personnel is a question mark, John Gruden is a question mark, and tonight he did a nice job eliminating some of the pass rushing blunders. The wide receivers, I thought Don was a little tough on his grades there. I thought they were a B+, you know, A- type performance, certainly from the wide receivers. You know, the minus is, Carl, I'm still concerned about the special teams. I just don't see them getting better, and I hold my breath. I'm still finding I hold my breath every time a kick is off and the other team returns it.
I thought it was very important for Ty Detmer to play well tonight, not only because he had to show that he could lead this team, but because he will likely play at some point during the season. Ray Rhodes suggested that Rodney Peete would be ready for the opener, but we'll have to talk about this further because we got to send it back upstairs. Back to you guys.
Okay, thanks very much, Carl and Dave. 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. The Steelers will have it at their 31 when we close it out here at the Vet. Will open with 2 on the road, kind of a rarity. Home for Detroit, then at Atlanta, then the big Monday nighter with Dallas. Tough first couple of weeks in the schedule. Gets a little bit easier. A lot of home games down the road in this schedule. But Ronnie, what do you think this team's going to do?
They're going to have a fine season. I got them 10-6 going 2 deep in the playoffs, Tally.
You got me 12-4 2 deep in the playoffs. So hopefully the second half of our prediction that's in agreement is going to be the one that counts most of all. Stewart back to pass. Oh, nice grab. Got him way up. Johnny Barnes with the catch. Under a minute to go. Steelers still have 2 timeouts remaining. They are operating now from their own 38.
They better use them timeouts. Wasting too much time.
Ball on the ground, penalty flag in the air. Speaking of schedules, you got something you want to mention from our friend from NFL alumni here with the Eagles, Johnny Rogers.
The Philadelphia Eagles Alumni Golf Tournament, that's close to my heart and very dear. And it is held September 17th this year, and it's the year of the kickers. Pat Summerall, Lou Groza, Tom Dempsey, Sam Baker, Paul McFadden, John Telchik, Gary Premium, Max Runninger, along with a whole bunch of guys like myself, will be having fun out at Plymouth Golf Club.